My name is Jessica Taylor. This is going to be my makeup application for my practical assessment. So I have my model with me here and she's after having a day makeup today. So we're going to start first of all by applying the primer. So we're going to use the anti-blemish primer and decant it onto here, and then we're going to apply it with a brush onto the face. So through the consultation process, I've determined that my client's face shape is an oval shape, so there doesn't need to be any facial correction techniques to be done. Equally, she has really nice skin with no pigmentation, so there'll be no colour correcting needed to be done either. And since it's quite a light natural day makeup, we're just going to get straight into the foundation. So I've decanted my foundation onto my palette for the chosen colour. We have done a colour match, and I'm just going to apply it with a foundation brush. So now that the foundation has been applied, I'm just going to apply some concealer. So I'm going to be using the concealer palette. There's a little bit of darkness under my client's eyes, just a tiny bit in like dark circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a colour with a slightly peachy tone to counteract the dark circles for the concealer. And to apply the concealer, I'm just going to use a beauty sponge. So next we're going to apply a little bit of cream contour. We won't be doing much because, like I say, this is a natural day makeup. So just going to use a brush to apply cream contour from this palette here. I'm going to use one slightly darker than my client's natural skin tone just to give a bit of definition before I apply the powder. So next I'm going to be applying some face powder just to set everything. So with a powder brush, I've taken a translucent powder and just decanted some into the lid. What I'm going to do is apply this in downwards motions towards the growth of the hair, just to avoid any unevenness on my client's face. With it being a daytime look, we won't need a lot of coverage with the powder, so the translucent powder should be perfect. So next I'm going to be applying some contour powder to my client's face just to add a little bit of definition underneath the cheekbones. So I'm going to be using the powder contour palette with the correct brush, so just apply that. Next, I'm going to apply some blusher to my client's cheekbones. Like I say, because she does have an oval face shape, there are no really facial correction techniques that need to be done, just a little bit of blusher to highlight the cheeks. So I'm going to use a powder blusher palette and use quite a light natural colour and just blush across the cheekbones. also found out in consultation that my client has had microblading done, so she's already got a really nice defined eyebrow shape. So I'm just going to quickly fill them in a tiny bit just to fill in any sparse areas or bits that may have faded slightly, just using an eyebrow pencil, so no corrective techniques need to be done to the brows. So for my client's eyeshadow look, I've quickly shown her the colours that are available within the eyeshadow palette, and she's chosen the colours that she'd like to go for. So she's going to go for some light warm brown colours. So I've got a few different eyeshadow brushes set out here to choose from, so I'm going to go in between those brushes depending on which area of the eye I am working on. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some mascara to the eyelashes using a disposable mascara wand. So we use a different one for each client. Now I'm going to apply some powder highlighter to the face, and because it's a day makeup I'm not going to apply too much. I'm just going to apply a tiny bit onto the top of the cheekbones, the tip of the nose, and also underneath the brow bone, just to give the appearance of a lifted eye area. I'm also going to apply some in the inner corner of the eyes as well, just to help open up the eyes. So after doing the consultation as well, my client has told me that she doesn't want to have any eyeliner because it will look too heavy for a daytime look, and it's the same with a lip liner. She would rather just go for a lipstick and then a clear gloss over the top to keep it looking nice and natural. So we have selected the colours. So it's going to be a pinky lipstick with just a clear gloss over. So I'm going to decant the lip gloss and the lipstick colour onto here and then apply it to the client's lips using a brush. So now the lip gloss has been applied, I will finally apply some setting spray to keep the makeup in place, and then I'm going to go through the aftercare advice with my client. So now that the makeup has all been completed, my client has had a quick look in the mirror and is happy with the final look. So I'm just going to go through the aftercare advice. So how should the client maintain the makeup? So you should try to avoid touching the face as much as you can, as this can possibly lead to makeup coming off. Try not to lean on your hands or rub your face in any way. I'd also recommend using a setting spray regularly throughout the day, just to keep everything in place, and it also acts as a good topper or refresher if your skin's feeling quite dry or tight. I'd also recommend purchasing a similar colour lipstick to reapply throughout the day as well if you eat or drink this may come off. How should your client remove the makeup? My client should remove the makeup with a proper makeup remover, and this can be purchased in any high street drugstore. So she should cleanse, tone and moisturise this evening when removing the makeup to make sure all of it has been removed. What product recommendations have you made to your client? That she should buy a similar colour lipstick if she wants to maintain the look, a clear lip gloss, and also the foundation colour that we've used today matches really well, so recommend to purchase a foundation similar. What future treatments would you recommend? I would recommend coming back for makeup lessons in the future if you like the way your makeup looks today, or possibly a facial every 4 to 6 weeks just to make sure your skin stays nice and fresh and clean. What possible reactions could occur? Erythema could occur, which is redness of the skin. This is really normal when massaging or touching the skin in any way, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. It will go down soon. Allergic reactions, if you do find you are allergic to any of the products, you just need to rinse your face with cool warm water and see if the reaction goes down. If it persists, contact your GP for medical advice. Watery eyes, shouldn't really experience any watery eyes because we've not really applied much mascara or any eyeliner today, but if you do experience any, just make sure to remove the eye makeup with correct eye makeup remover and soothe the eyes with cool warm water. And perspiration, which can happen when you're wearing makeup, just make sure that you use blotting paper or use a tissue just to blot the perspiration away. Please make sure you don't remove your makeup with makeup wipes or drag the skin in any way because this will cause premature wrinkles.